Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time once again to enjoy Steve Jackson's Sorcery. Now, I know I haven't put out any videos in the last few days. As I mentioned, life's been a bit odd with me and I'm just been very busy dealing with that. But now we're back here in Khare and we get to go further into Dwarf Town. Now, I might handle things slightly differently this time. I think I'm going to visit the shop, be different on my purchases. I don't think I'll buy the bottle of sand. I may try to find a way around the marketplace, but it looks like that's not really very possible unless I'm going out here. So, let's see how that goes. As you press on up the road, you notice the huts either side are getting smaller. The road is now bustling with dwarfs and other small fellows. It seems, from the contemptuous looks you're receiving, that the inhabitants of this sub-hamlet are not kindly disposed towards human-sized outsiders. I'm not going to walk on my knees. That's daft. And it might offend Peter Dinklage. Although, I imagine that Warwick Davis might find it somewhat amusing and might make some kind of sarcastic remark. Alright, no. Might even involve taking some damage. You walk on, smiling down at the people you pass. You reach the middle of the dwarf ghetto, a small square with a general store off to one side. Further up the street you see a small crowd gathering around two scuffling creatures. Well, hey, maybe they're taking bets. Oh no. That's not Jan. Jan had hair. That looks like a Minimite. You push away through the small crowd. In the centre, two tiny creatures are grappling fiercely with each other. One is a pixie and the other a sprite. The onlookers are quite fascinated, with some cheering on the pixie and others rooting for the sprite. But no one is attempting to join in or break up the fight. I could try step in and stop the fight. Help one of the creatures. Which one would I help? Let's see. Is there an obvious... Currently, the sprite... You know it's the sprite because it's got wings. The pixie, therefore, doesn't. Pixies are sometimes considered to have wings, but sprite's pretty much always. Sprite is an old word for spirit, by the way. It's spirit. Sprite. So the sprite appears to be winning and have the upper hand. I don't know why they're fighting, so I shouldn't... If I step in and stop the fight, I imagine that loads of people, a crowd here, are going to say, "Who the bloody hell do you think you are?" and have a go at me for spoiling their fun, right? The entertainment will have stopped. Help one of the creatures. No, I'll watch the fight for now. You watch the fight for a while. There is no anger in it, and you quickly realise it is a sparring match, with the crowd around betting on the outcome. It seems that most favour the pixie, so if the sprite wins, some dwarves stand to make quite a large winning. A small creature wanders past, handing out fried sticks from a bucket. Should I try a fried stick? I mean, it's just a stick, right? Or is it like a stick of licorice, fried stick of meat or something? I don't know. I'm going to place a bet. You find a dwarf who is accepting wages. "The stake is 3 gold pieces," he says. 5 back if you go for pixie and 8 back for the sprite. But hurry up before one of them knocks the other out. Oh. So hang on. 8 on the sprite. Yeah, okay, most of them are favouring the pixie. I can cast a spell, can't I? Oh yeah, bet on the sprite. You hand over 3 gold pieces. On the sprite, you say. The dwarf harumphs. Good luck with that, he remarks. You turn and watch the fight. The dwarf is quite right. The sprite is looking tired, and the pixie is easily the better fighter. If you don't step in somehow, you'll lose your stake. Well, I could cast a spell. Dark? Oh, that'd be dopey. Okay. Slowness, not clumsiness. Dumb for clumsiness? Yeah. That ought to do it, right? I mean, I'm going to be resting eventually anyway. You cast a spell over the pixie, which begins to slip and slide around as if fighting on ice. The sprite doesn't waste any time. Seizing the opportunity, it powers forward and knocks the pixie to the ground. A great cry of surprise goes up from the crowd. "Yield, you little rat!" the rather vicious sprite declares. "Do you yield?" The other creature makes a yelping noise, presumably yes! The crowd cheers and the debts are settled. The dwarf bookie finds you and hands over 8 gold pieces. "A real stroke of luck for you," he remarks suspiciously. Yes. I don't know what you mean. Well, that is more of an indicator of guilt, where it's just, yeah, I suppose so. "Still, fortune favours the bold," the dwarf remarks. "It's Delboy!" He moves away to serve other customers, and the rest of the crowd disperses. You're about to walk away when you feel a tug on your trouser leg. It's the sprite, isn't it? I'll look down. You look down to see the sprite trying to catch your attention. "Hello there," it calls up. "I wanted to thank you for what you did. Don't think I didn't know I was going down in that fight." Well, you looked like you needed the help. "Nuts to you, blurry face. I was having a bad day, that's all." It laughs. "So what's a tall thing like you doing in a low down place like this? Anything I can help with?" Yeah, I need to find this. I need to find the spell lines for the north gate." The sprite whistles through its long, pointy teeth. "Whew, well, you don't ask much, do you?" It shakes its head. "The spell lines are secret, like buried 6 feet under secret. So you can either go finding the city nobles and risking your neck, or ask some of the more knowledgeable types round here." "Yeah, like who?" "Well, I was thinking the priest at the Shrine of Slang might be able to help. Slang knows everything, or so the priest will tell you." "Yeah, Slang's the god of liars." The sprite nods to you. "Thanks again." It gives you a big cheerful thumbs up, then it waddles away down the road. Well, hey, I got some more money, so now I can go to the shop and maybe buy something more expensive. You duck your head to squeeze through the doorway of the dwarf store. The proprietor is a stocky type of advanced years who peers at you through a pair of bottle glass spectacles balanced on a long and gnarly nose. "You're not a dwarf," he observes with uncanny accuracy as you enter. "Well, I wanted to look around and see what you got for sale." The dwarf shrugs. "Then look away. If you got enough room to turn that big empty head of yours." You browse the shelves of the shop. Potion of mystery. Provisions, honeycomb and beeswax, small vial of dust. We know what that is. Provisions, yes. Now, they're a little expensive here, but I did get a little bit of money. And I could do with a little bit. But no, wait. I may be going under the sewer. What's his mystery potion? You pick a bottle of potion carefully from the shelf. It is a thick, clear-coloured liquid, and the label says, "Potion of Mystery." Nothing more. 2 gold pieces, says the dwarf. If I try and smell it, you might not like that. Let's see. You unstop of a bottle and smell it. The smell is sweet and a little bitter. I'll ask him about it. What does this do? The dwarf looks at you with a scathing expression. "It's a mystery," Obviously, he remarks. What do you expect it to do? Well, look, it's only 2 gold, so I'll buy it. I'm not going to drink it now. I'll save it for later. You put the mysterious potion into your pack. The dwarf points at the vial of dust. You should consider buying that, he remarks. No one else says. Right, well, how much? 3 gold? For sand. You lift the vial of dust from its place on the shelf and turn it over in your hand. It sparkles a little in the light. 3 gold pieces, calls the dwarf, but you cannot tell what it is. You know what? Yeah, I'll take it. What the heck? Provisions. Yes, I'll take 1, please. I'll be having that before bedtime. And that's it. That's enough for me, you say. The dwarf nods. A pleasure doing business with you, he replies. I bet it is. He's had 8 gold out of me. You head back out into the sunlight and stretch to your full height. Low door, low ceiling. It is getting late. You follow the road up a gentle rise towards a building with a large domed roof. All the various alleys seem to converge on it, and it is thronged with people as busy as the festival on the other side of the city. From here it seems there is no way around. Oh, well, let's see then. The road becomes narrower as the slum dwellings either side become more built up. Finally, it opens onto a small plaza in the shade of the large domed building. It is some kind of sprawling covered market. Looking left and right, you see several other roads entering the building through different archways. A group of serpent heads are passing by. I'll stop and eat. Oh, look at that. 4 stamina back. You pause for a moment in the sunshine and get to eat the nourishing bomba fruit. Well, I've had it long enough, so I might as well. Once you've eaten, you feel a little better. The serpent heads make for the market entrance. I'll talk to them. I don't remember them giving any extremely helpful information, but give you a tip, don't pose for any pictures, you'll regret it. Isn't there something to do with fighting the artist and his magic paintbrush or something? What was the treasure from that, though? Was it any good? I think it might have been. Ooh. Okay. Sure. So I'm going to go into the market and see what I can see. So there's the fire makers. I don't need any fire. I'll head into the crowd. So again, this is retreading. So yeah, I can see food stores. That's all right. Head out under the big dome. And let's go this way. Carpets, right? There was something in the carpet shop. I have memories of the carpet shop, so I'm sensing this might have been a good encounter, or memorable at least. You walk to the furthest end of the market. On your left, a man grabs your sleeve. You want to buy carpet, he says. Finest carpet this side of the Baklands, made from real moths. I'll look at the carpets. Behind the man is a towering stack, 30 or 40 carpets high. Each one is grey and so dusty that they make you want to sneeze. A fight has broken out in one corner of the market. It is quickly settled by a score of passers-by. Well, you know what? Let's have a look and see if he has anything interesting on offer. Very good carpet, the man assures you. How large you want? Size of bed? Size of room? Size of palace? Garden? I give you same price. He drags out a carpet to show you. I'll look at the carpet. And yes, I may still want to cast a spell at some point. The carpet he is demonstrating to you seems to be made from about 100,000 moth wings stitched carefully together. The colour is a dim grey. How about this? He holds the first carpet to the door, then heaves out another. The rugs aren't light, and he huffs and puffs as he moves them about. I'll look at the carpet. The rug has been dyed a vivid red. It looks like something has been killed on it. Here is one made of finest buzzmoth. He hefts the second carpet up on top of the first and pulls out a third. I'll look at the carpet. The next carpet is thicker than the last. It is made of furrier moths. Perhaps something more expensive for your lady. He stacks the third carpet on the fourth by the door and pulls out a fifth. He's blocking the doorway. He's actually walling me in. I have suspicions. Burn the carpets! Okay, what other options do I have? Huff? Don't have the gale horn. What about to knock carpets over? Yob. I don't have a giant. Interesting, there's a lot of strength options here. Probably to do with moving a lot of carpets. Niff. You know, maybe. Tell. It'll cost less stamina than sus, right? You slip on the skull cap and cast your spell, tuning in to the carpet seller's thoughts. He is thinking about the pile of carpets building up by the door, and how, if he shows you a few more, you will be trapped. Something a bit narrower and, yes, more green. He switches the carpets over. This one has zigzag. Finest carpets always have zigzag. Ooh. Just a few more. I mean, if I do cast Niff, he'll be trapped in here and won't be able to get away from the smell, right? I want to see what other options are available. Obviously, I could just incinerate some carpets. Sus, I've already sensed the danger. Right. Do I get away without this? I mean, I've got my nose plugs, right? So you cast the spell, filling the shop with a thick, noxious vapour, which would be stomach-churning, except you stick in your nose plugs to avoid it. However, the carpet seller seems completely unaffected. You are amazed until you notice he is wearing nose plugs himself, presumably against the dust. Perhaps something with a thicker pile. The stack of carpets by the doorway is growing quite tall now. I'm really thinking just fireball the carpets. But what is he going to do to me when he gets me in here? That's a lot. Will I just then be able to fight him? Or I seem to remember there was a way of overcoming this encounter without using a spell, but I can't remember what it was. The giant could probably move them all, but I've used the giant's tooth already on the manticore in the previous book, and I'm not going to get another one. Yeah, and I don't have the gale horn. So, just fireball. Yeah, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. You cast a spell building a fireball in your palm, but you don't have time to decide what to do with it, as it turns out that the moth wings are extremely flammable, and this is no mere candle flame you are holding. Within seconds, the stack of carpets is on fire. The owner of the shop turns and flees, as do two gnomes who are hiding behind the pile of rugs. The shop collapses as the roof catches, and there is nothing you can do to stop the fire spreading. The crowd around is quickly stampeding as the flames take hold. The covered market begins to fill with smoke, and then you see daylight and race for it. Abso-flippin-lutely. I think I could overcome them in there and do something. So out here in this square, look left, slums, look right. The mansions, figure no higher when you need dashes out and slices. Hold on. Well, bugger. All that money I made. Okay. So we meet the monk, greet the monk. The monk is possessed. Go down this way. You continue up the main road, which climbs gently towards the centre of Khare. The road passes through the ruin of a grand building, in what must have once been a glorious morning room. An ornamental pond is all that remains. Moss grows along the cracks in its tiled sides. Flames are flickering across distant rooftops. Yeah, not happy about that. In fact, well, this is a disaster, isn't it? Do I Zed it? I kind of want to Zed it. I have spell. I have wig, right? I have the wig. So it's not law, is it? It's gotta be nah. Yap. Yes. You pull the wig onto your head and incant your spell, then put your ear close to the water. The fish rises to the surface, and the next bubbles it emerges are understandable as clear words. The fish is saying, "Cold in here, cold in here." Ask the fish which way I should go. "Please, fish," you say, "tell me which way I should go next." "Some go left," the fish replies. "They don't come back. Some go right, they come back." This could be useful advice, but unfortunately it's not all that clear which way the fish is facing. Yeah, going right sends me back towards the fair again. Going left sends me forwards, like point of no returnish. So ask a fish about the north gate. You never know, right? "Fish," you ask, "I need to get through the north gate. Can you help me?" The fish swims round in circles. No amount of magic is going to make a fish understand what the north gate is, or even north for that matter. The spell fades. You take the wig off your head and the words become mere breaking bubbles once again. Well then, I will partake of the water. Hopefully it's not too scummy. Ugh, it was. Okay, fine, I'm leaving. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to go up this way towards the temple. And this, if I'm not much mistaken, you follow a narrower road which skirts the edge of Khare. The homes and buildings on either side are now more densely packed together. You're nearing a more busy, bustling area of Khare. I will move cautiously. pulled into a building. Now we remember this gentleman, right? Don't be afraid, murmurs a voice. You turn to see who it is, a dark-skinned man with a beard of short stubble. As you look at him, he releases you, holding up his hands to show he means you no harm. Come on, game. Apologies for giving you a fright, he says. I am a lonely man in this evil city. You are a human, and that's a refreshing sight. Please, sit with me and talk for a while. Well, look, I'll sit for a little. Thank you. It's good to hear the common tongue, he grins. You look around the building and realize you're in his home. It is well furnished with rich woven tapestries on the walls. I'll look at him. Yes, you look the man over. He's a noble-looking sort and wears fine furs and a cloak. He seems friendly enough. Ask him about Khare. You take a seat. Tell me about Khare, you begin. I'm new here. Ah, he sighs. This is a treacherous place. You can't trust anyone or anything in this town. He winks at you. But before I go into all that, would you like some ale? Well, I don't really drink ale, you know. You lie carefully. The answer seems to surprise him to the point of confusion. You don't drink, he replies. But if you don't drink, what do you do when you're thirsty? Well, I don't drink beer, you know. Oh, now I see it, he exclaims. You mean you won't drink my beer? His expression turns to anger. Ungrateful traveller, you barge your way into my home and then refuse my hospitality? Join me in my ale, or I promise you will not leave my house. Well, I mean, if you're going to be like that, okay then. The man returns with 2 mugs of ale, and he places one deliberately in front of you. Now, unlike the witch, Aliana, he didn't go out of the room and just leave him there for me to switch them round. Which was the obvious trap. In this case, he has deliberately handed me this one to give me no choice in the matter. So, tell me about my city. Let me tell you about my city, he begins cautiously. Well, he begins conversationally. The city of Khare is built upon the port, and it can be a dangerous place at night. Why is that? Well, they say that those wandering the streets get waylaid and captured into slaving ships. So be sure to be settled down in an inn before sundown. He lifts his mug. To your health. I'm just going to say a little blessing over the wine. Don't you mind? It's a local, a custom. Zap! No. T-L. Here we go. You slip the skull cap onto your head and cast your spell. A moment later you hear a man's voice talking in your mind. It is confused and unclear. He is not a sane man, as it is quite clear. But one thing is obvious. He wants you to drink the ale, and the ale is drugged. The man does not seem to notice what you're doing. He takes a long sip from his mug. The other thing to know about Khare is that there are thieves and murderers everywhere. This place is like one big prison. You have to be careful everywhere you go. Say, aren't you thirsty? Could I drink a little sip? And then cast Dock to use the medicinal potion to cure the poison, like an antidote. I did tell you before that I don't drink. You don't drink? Oh, we're back to this, are we? Okay, fine. Well, I'm leaving. You stand to leave, ignoring the man's protestations. Then, before you know what is happening, he has grabbed a longbow from the wall, notched an arrow, and is aiming straight at your heart. No one escapes from Van Gorn the murderer, he gloats, pulling back the string. Well, in that case, I'm going to cast a spell. And it'll be Wok, or Foff. or wall? Yeah, can I get Foff instead? No. Gee. Gum. What, to glue the arrow to the bowstring? While he's mad, I'm not sure that means he's automatically not very intelligent. Dop isn't going to help much. Clumsiness. I mean, I think I'm looking at wall, right? Free stamina's a lot, but getting shot by an arrow at this range might be a lot worse. You cast a spell, raising an invisible barrier between the two of you just as the arrow is released. It flies towards you, its aim quite true, then strikes your wall and clatters to the floor. Van Gorn's face falls. "A sorcerer?" he exclaims. "I have no quarrels with sorcerers." And with that, he rushes away into the street. With Van Gorn gone, you are free to search his small house. Well, just in case he doesn't come back. Right, crazy man. Might hide things in crazy places. I'll look in the cupboards. You open the cupboards. In one you find a jar marked poison and another marked essence of bark. Has he switched the labels? You leave the poison behind. You have no need of such things, but the essence might be useful. I'm not going to taste it. It could be the poison. The hangings look like rich treasures from a much grander household, made of thick cloth. They are exquisitely decorated with images of orcs and trolls being hacked to pieces by a hero with 2 blades and a silver crown. One of the hangings has a suspiciously large bulge underneath it, and as you watch, the bulge moves. I suspect it's the former owner of the house who's been tied up. Let's look behind the hangings. You lift one of the hangings, uncovering a gigantic spider. The arachnid jumps at you, baring its fangs and landing on your chest. I'll freeze and stay exactly still, because I don't want to frighten it. You stop, stock still. The spider crawls up your chest, heading for your throat. Stay still. Controlling yourself with careful discipline, you steady your hammering heart. Perhaps now the ape will change. The spider crawls up over your face and one of its legs sliding between your lips. Stay absolutely still. You stay still as the creature climbs up your face and onto the top of your head, where it settles like some kind of absurd hat. Then it jumps across the room and scuttles away to hide behind yet another wall. You let out an enormous sigh of relief and go, and have a jolly good shake to try and get rid of the feeling, and then leave the building. You have found all that you will here. Time to be moving on. Absolutely. Let's get back outside. So, yeah, keep going. Keep going. The lane gets narrower, muck and foul water. So, planks, yes, planks. Keep going, absolutely. And don't go into the well. Look at the alleys. Look at the well. Pause to eat because I really need to. I think I'm looking straight ahead. Which of these is likely to be a temple? Here, possibly. Then again, priest of slang isn't going to be very honest. If I get there, I get there. If I don't, I don't. This street is a little wider and more well paved than some others. You can see tracks where carts have come this way. You hear the sound of voices around a corner. Ready my sword, just in case. You draw your sword and round the corner. I didn't need to... Just hand on hilt would have done. And then you quickly realise you don't need your weapon. There is a small crowd of people talking and singing inside a low stone shrine. Beyond, you can see the sparkle of the river and the smell of rotting fish. You are nearly at the docks. I'm going to try the shrine. Sirisi is the answer. Please let this be where the question is asked. You step into the doorway of the shrine at the same time as a woman and her child are leaving. "He really is a holy man, mother," the little one is saying. "Larson's lame brother answered his question and he ran off the stage." The mother nods and the pair leave. Interesting. So he asks... I presume they mean Larson's lame brother ran off the stage, not the holy man did. It's like the holy man asks a question, Larson's lame brother answers it, the holy man goes, "Oh, I can't take any more of this, I'm going to run away." I'll step inside. Yes, this looks like the Priest of Slang illustration. Because I don't remember there being another Priest of an illustration of the adventure. That's Is that the face of a liar? Or the face of one who doesn't know the truth? Interesting. The shrine is an old stone building, garishly decorated with hanging cloths and thick candles that fill the air with the smell of grease and tar. At the far end, on a low platform, stands a hooded figure in a white robe, who is talking to the assembled crowd. The image looks remarkably familiar, as though you had seen almost this exact same scene before, but you cannot place it. Yes, I can. I saw it in the crystal ball. "Does someone else wish to take the test of slang, the god of malice?" calls the priest out. A murmur goes around the crowd. People are nervous but excited. I'll ask someone about the challenge. You nudge someone next to you. "What is this challenge?" you ask. "It is the test of slang," the woman replies in a whisper. "He grants you a wish if you answer him correctly, but you have to worship him, or else the question he asks is impossible." She shudders and grins. "They don't call him the god of malice for nothing." Well, I don't want to worship slang, but I might be able to find a way around that. "Are your hearts so cold?" taunts the priest. "Does no one here want anything? Is no one in dire need or deadly need of a god's aid? I will take the challenge." You raise your hand and step forward. "I will take your challenge." "A stranger!" calls the priest with glee. "Welcome him, please." This can only end poorly. The crowd whisper and murmur as you make your way to the platform. "Welcome, stranger!" the priest declares, helping you up. "Are you ready to take the challenge, knowing full well that very few succeed?" "I am." The crowd jeer in response. "Then know this. Slang is not a punishing god, but he is malicious. He does not wish for you to fail, but should you fail, he wishes you to know that it was all your own fault." I should not be so presumptuous. I'm going to let him continue. The priest continues. "Our practice is that you may choose which question to answer, but know this. One is impossible, the other is easy, and to answer the easy question, you must give up something you hold most dear. In this case, the ape spirit, I imagine. The crowd are watching in expectant silence. It is time for you to choose." "Choose for me?" No, he might give me the easy one. "I choose the impossible question." The crowd wait expectantly. Then the priest closes his eyes and intones, "What is the answer to the question that has never been asked?" Your heart leaps. Your vision has come to pass. Sirisi is the answer! There is a moment's pause. Then the priest screws up his eyes. This is like an old Sufi story about Nasruddin. Nasruddin goes to the temple and he says to all the people, "This priest doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a liar. He's rubbish." And then he says to the priest, "I'm going to say something to you in the sacred language of priests, and if you can't understand it, then you have to give up, stop being a priest, and give me the temple, and I'll be the priest." And the priest says, "Oh, of course, I'll understand anything you say in the sacred language of the priests." So Nasruddin walks over to the priest, and he whispers in his ear, in the sacred language of the priests, "I can't understand what you just said." So, what's the result? The priest nods once, slowly. "That is correct," he murmurs. "The question has never been answered in the 3,000 years since this site was first made holy to slang. The answer has been passed on from one priest to the next. I never thought I would be the one to hear it spoken, because I do not understand it, and I do not know the question." He turns to you and bows his head once. "You are truly blessed. Please, what is your wish?" Tell me the spell for the North Gate." The priest closes his eyes and summons his god. "I cannot tell you the spell in its entirety," he intones, "but Mulas, the second noble, was a follower of slang, and the line he knew was, 'I bid you portals open wide.'" The spell lines you have found are listed in the keys section of your inventory. You thank him. The crowd reach out to touch your tunic as you make your way out the door. Clearly, not many have survived the challenge of slang. Back on the street, it is night. Time to find somewhere to rest. You found one new clue and another clue has been updated. Okay. Keys. I bid you portals open wide. So I only have that one. Second noble Mulas. I don't know which of the... because I think I found a partial line. Well, to the docks. And I must not go to the place of the cleaver, but the other inn, where I may find my friend, Flanker, the assassin. Oh, goodness, this is turning into a lengthy episode, isn't it? You emerge from a narrow winding alley into an open space. On the far side, the Jabaji River slides past, its surface strewn with flotsam and... well, no, strewn is acceptable, but strown is more correct. Its surface strewn with flotsam and jetsam, dredged up from fallen parts of the city. The sails of the boats at anchor billow and snap in the breeze. You have reached the docks, the beating heart of Khare. I'll look around. There are 2 or 3 ships moored for the night, and the space between them and the road is filled with a huge number of stalls and little shops selling everything from fishing tackle to sailing blocks to barrels of woodlouse rum. This must be a thriving marketplace during the day. With night approaching, it is a maze of booths and cloth. A single bridge crosses the river here, operated by ropes to let the ships through. Right now, the bridge is up to allow ships to sail through undisturbed. That's great. I want to find somewhere to rest. There are 2 inns visible from here. The Wayfarer's Rest and the Meat and Cleaver. The second is the one Jira, the musician, recommended, and therefore the one I will be avoiding. The Wayfarer's Rest is where Flanker said he would meet me, I believe. You'll make your way inside the Wayfarer's Rest. It is a lively and bustling place. Indeed, I see he's playing a merry jig. People are dancing. They're having a great time. Oh, this fellow, he's certainly deep in his cups. The innkeeper behind the bar is trying to serve numerous creatures, all demanding ale at the same time, while around the table, salty types and buxom wenches are laughing together and singing shanties. Now, where might flanker be? You take a seat between a swarthy sailor with an eye patch and a swarthy woman who also wears an eye patch. Well, I'll say hello. You greet the sailor and the woman. "Your nay, Santy died," the man remarks. "What you say, Eka?" The woman, Eka, laughs a deep throaty laugh. "Not salty but stray," she prays. I'll say a little bit about myself. I'm from Analand, you tell them. "You're looking to sign on, is that it? Is that it?" No. You reply, "I'm just passing through." "Ha!" He nods, then drinks a gulp of beer and rubs his stomach as though it pains him. "I got that too." "Listen," the sailor murmurs. "Do you want to pay Swanderstones?" I'll play. Because you are hammered, mate." "Splendid!" He clears a space on the table, moving several beer glasses out of the way. I'll say has it done. 4 gold pieces for a game. 4? 2, mate, 2. Let's say, yeah, dice, let's go for it. I hope he's as drunk as he sounds, because otherwise I'm shafted. Oh, look at that now. I need directions to the north gate. I'm going to go for 2 once. Can you tell me anything about portal traps? Well, aye, avoid them. 4 ones. I have 4 ones. I'll go to 5 ones. How? Nicely carrying contraptions, but you can spot 'em if you smite. I always like something mad. 6 ones? I don't know. That's a bit. That's still believable. 7 ones is kind of a cool it though. He's very confident on these ones. The fact that I'm going up on the ones, if I go to 7 ones, he's going to call it, I lose. If I call it now, I lose. I think I'm in a trap, so tell me what they look like. Cycles. They're always cycles. Okay, I'm going to call now. There's no way we got 8 ones between us. Unless he's rolled 5 ones, which he hasn't. So, yeah, he was confident on the ones. Hooray! Okay. 2 threes. Okay. He's unlikely to be bidding more than... So he's rolled at least 1 3. And he's banking on me having rolled at least 1. Maybe he's rolled 2. Okay, I'll go 3 threes. 4 threes. I'm going to call it. Okay, yeah, fine. Fine. Fair play. Need directions to Northgate. No, I can work that out. I'll go for a 3. So, do you live in Khare? Well, do I look like a Kharian? Well, Kharians all look different to me. Hang on. Well, you look hungry enough. Is he going to call? No coins. I can always toil a Kharian off if you need what to look for. Well, I'm going to call it. Oh my goodness, he had a lot of them. Oh well. Okay, 2 2s. Let me see. My turn. 3 1s. Oh, play 3 2s. But after that, I'm going to have to call it. I can't go any higher. Cool. He's got no 2s. I was correct. Oh, that's just cruel. Okay. So he has major dice advantage at this point. I'm just going to go for a 1. He's got no 1s. Okay. He could have 3 2 4s. Okay. Let's go 3 4s. Is he going to call it? No, he didn't. Well, I will. Yeah. I can maybe still turn this round. Okay. A 3. I'll go 2 3. I'll escalate to 2 of a kind. And 3 3s. If I go 4 3s, he needs to have 2 3s. He's confident enough to go to 3 3s, so I'd say he does have 2. So I'm losing here, whatever I do, unless I go like, okay, 4 3s. Will he call it now? He probably will. Yeah, he called it now. I'm losing here. Yeah. Oh, damn it. I might not be able to afford a room at this rate. Now, in my situation with only 1 die, the AI would automatically call a 2. I'm not going to do that. Okay, he's gone for a 2. I'm going to say a 3. And we'll see how we escalate. 2 2s, okay. 3 2s. He calls, I lose, right? Yeah. Hey! I don't lose. Nice. I'm still in the game. Okay, he's coming in straight with a 3, meaning he's got no 2s. So I've got to go for a 4 to get him to go 2 of a kind. And then I can say, no way. There we go. Still in with a chance. 1 2. I need to go in with a 2 so that he's the first one to escalate to double figures, right? He's going in for a 3. I'll go for a 4. Wait, Vic's moving. Vic's making a move? Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. 2 3s. Well, I don't have a 3, so I'm calling it now. Gotcha, mate. Okay, great. Got me money. Another? Yeah, just 1 more. Can we change the stake? Apparently not. That's something that we won't escalate. Well, hey, you mentioned a man named Vic. Go straight for a 2. Well, I'm so sad. Vic's my boss. I work for him. Well, alright then, fine. Yeah, but he's planning something. That's what you were saying, right? You want to see? You drink up and maybe you'll meet him. I don't want to get press ganged. Okay, look, I'm going to go 2 2s. 5 2s? He escalated that to 4 of a kind at some point. I never even noticed. Yeah, fine. He wins that one. Yeah, slip that one by me, you crafty sea dog. Okay. 2 3s. Pray to the 8. 2 4s. 3 2s. I wasn't thinking of an oil guard. Begging your pardon, but those ones for nasal. Okay, 2 3s. I'll go 2 3 4s. I'm not sure I can risk 4 4s. Cougar, fat got a grace. Good one if you don't coil her. If you don't coil you, call it. So he did not get a lot of those. Yeah. Okay, got to try the comeback now. Got to be a little more serious. What's this Vic like? He seems important round here. Well, he's a bit hide, but he's all right. Used to be a boy. Used to be an adventurer, you know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, with Glandragor, right? That humph means he's thinking and not happy with it. 3 4s. He is avoiding the freeze. Aye. Part of Glandragor's crew. A long time ago now, though. Right, I'm going to go... If I go 4 freeze... Thing is, if I go 4 of a kind at all... He's going in on the freeze. I'll go 4 freeze, because that's a little believable, right? And hopefully he won't call it. 5 4s. Yeah, well, look, mate. If yours are all the same, I think you're lying. Yep. Okay, starting to turn it around. Oh, ouch. He's going straight in with the 4s. Okay, 3 1s. Let's see if he avoids the 1s or sticks with the 1s. He's avoiding the 1s. 3 3s. It's possible, but highly unlikely. Gotta call it. I can't afford to go any higher or he'll get suspicious. And hey, I'm okay. Great. Back on an even keel. Okay. Do you know where I can find the nobles? I know a saying nobles for a long one, huh? Yeah, alright. He's going to a 4. You know what? 2 4s. Escalate it. Last I heard, our nobles were mighting. Long mighting, so I are. 3 4s. Believable. 4 4s, not so believable, and he's going to call it, so... good. Okay, he's coming in with 3. Escalate to 2 frees. Run away. Taking the tax. 3 frees. Calling it. Oh, yeah, that works. All right. Maybe I should go to the gambling halls of Vlada later on. I'll go over 1, see what he bids. He bids a 3, so he's got a 3. Two frees. Getting him to call here. 3 frees. If I say 4 frees, he's going to call it, isn't it? But we'll see. Soldiers. Yeah, he's calling it. Yeah, he's got me there. I went for wrong... Well, he started that one, so I should have escalated differently. Right, okay. Oh, fine. He's coming in with a 1. I say a free. 2 ones. Two frees to... No, I just have to call it there. Very well. I'm going to stop. That's enough for me, you reply, patting your purse. Very well, very well. He puts the dice away. Here. The soldier nudges your arm and makes a gesture with his elbow. How about some more ale? No. Don't get press-ganged. You shake your head. The sailor shrugs and totters off to the bar, returning a few minutes later with half a flagon of ale. He has drunk the other half on the way back. Well, I'm a-moving. You get up to your feet. Don't go far, murmurs the woman with the eye patch, smiling. Your eyes roam around the busy room and light on a shadowy figure in one corner. Flanker! Well, let's go meet our friend. You go over and sit by the assassin. There you are again, he declares with pleasure. He seems more relaxed than earlier. Perhaps he has completed whatever mission he was here to perform. But tell me, friend, he murmurs, do you play dice? Or what, swindlestones? Flanker's smile broadens. I see you know it. From a hidden pouch in his tunic, he pulls out a set of dice and pushes half of them across the table to you. All right, mate, but just for one. What's the stake? Let me propose a modest wager, he replies. If you win, I'll help you in your quest. With your quest, but if you win, my obligation to you is at an end, and should we meet again, I will have the freedom to cleave your neck from your shoulders. Do you agree? Very well, I just hope I survive. 5 dice each. Okay. So, there's a mathematical... Right, hang on. I go 1-1, he goes 2 ones, I go 3 ones. He calls it. No. Alright, so he could have 2 ones, taking him up to 4 ones. But how... I've got 2 4s as well. Okay, I'll just open the 1. So what are you doing in Khare, my friend? Indeed. I will not allow your inane words to turn me from my game, so do you not attempt such a strategy. 2 ones. Very well. That's not my intention. 2 frees. Aha. But of course, it is what I would do were I facing an opponent I felt beneath me. 3 ones. 3 4s. Then I do have you concerned. Indeed. This is a game of concentration and focus. My goddess will protect me from your talk. I've got 2 ones. That's believable. He's not going for the 4s. He's going hard on the 1s. Perhaps if I talk louder, some of the other people in this inn will come to watch your defeat. If I go 5 ones, he's likely to call it. If I go 4 4s, he's likely to call it. If I go 4 3s, as I recall, when you fought, you talked all the time. I see. He's calling it, isn't he? Be silent, I command you. Call. Damn it. Yep. Okay, this is a harder one. We're playing for much higher stakes. I see. Here. 3 2s. He's pushing hard. Okay. 3 4s. So. A reputation once injured cannot be salved. Every humiliation is a scar one carries to the grave. 4 2s. Calling it. Oh, bugger! He's good at this. Yeah, well, look, I'll just go for a 1. I'd rather not sit in silence as we play. Indeed. When chatter is your only hope of victory, I am not surprised. 2 2s. 3 2s. I'm pleased to see you. I'd like to talk. I see. Then you will lose. Call. Hey! Finally. I see. I had intended to stay in this inn, but there are rats. What kind of rats? There must be rats in most of the inns in Khare. So. Indeed there are, though I have heard better things of this particular place. No matter. I will sleep in a bush, as is my custom. I go there, he's going to call it. There's no way he's got 3. Does he have 2 4s? 4 dice? Possibly. Unlikely, but possible. So if I... He's only going hard on the 4s, though, so... He's going to call it. Yeah. Yep, I'm screwed. Yes. Okay, I'll just start with a 1. Seems the city is not suiting you. Indeed. It is true I am much happier out in the hills. He's going in with a 4. So he doesn't have a 1. I'm going to go 2 2s. Is it the smell? Aha. Everything about this place is fetid. 3 2s. 2 3s. I have no 3s. So I'm going to call it and hope he doesn't have 2. He does. Bugger! He was escalating. Well, I've lost this one now. I'm not turning this round without a miracle. A 4. If I say 2 4s... Will he call? He called it. Damn it. Yeah, okay, fine. Flanker smiles, clearly relieved. I am a man of my word, he says. I am freed of my debt to you. From now on, we are no longer friends, merely associates. He's going to want something more from a rematch, so it was a fair victory, I suppose. You agree. Flanker nods, gracious in victory. He gets to his feet. Will I see you again, now that you're free to murder me on sight? Not in this city, he replies. Beyond, it is not impossible. I wish you luck. You bid farewell to Flanker as he sweeps out of the inn. Well, he told me about the rats, but... If I leave, can I go to the other one? Let's try. This place is a flea pit, noisy and violent. You head back out into the street. You will need to find somewhere to stay the night. Oh dear, the meat and cleaver. This feels bad. But this episode has gone on for quite long enough, and I think I'm going to stop here. While our adventurer needs rest, I too am looking at the clock and going, mate, it's like 4:30 in the morning. Go get some rest. So, like our hero, I'm going to be headed off to bed. I hope you've all enjoyed this episode, lengthy though it was, and I do look forward to seeing you all in the very next one. I'm going to say goodbye for now though, and cheerio everyone.